How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin BBQ. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today we are talking hot dogs. This is going to be the first cook on the Kettle Cook series that you guys kind of requested. We're going to start off with easier cooks, work our way up to the harder ones. So today we're doing Chicago style hot dogs, more specifically char dogs. So in Chicago, when you order a hot dog, they kind of cook it three ways: steam it, simmering water, or they grill it over charcoal or on a grill. Today we're doing charcoal, and they're often referred to as char dogs, which is my understanding. I'm not an expert. I'm not from Chicago. I'm from Minnesota. So if I do this wrong, I'm sure my Chicago followers will let me know, and let me know if you do know down in the comments, because I love learning and I'd like to hear the proper way of doing this, but I'm going to do my best. These are my favorite type of hot dogs. So we're gonna get the Weber Kettle fired up. We're cooking on the 18-inch kettle today. We're gonna get that rolling. We'll run through the ingredients, get these dogs grilled off, and then drag them through the garden. So let's meet you outside and get this kettle fired up. All right, so this is my 18-inch Weber kettle. As you can see, really well taken care of. My grandparents recently moved into a condo, and so I got this. I do have a couple other Weber kettles we'll be exploring during this series, but to start off, I got 2 Weber wax cubes. I'm gonna set that there, and I'm going to put my chimney down. We're going with good old Kingsford original briquettes today for this cook. So we will fill up our chimney. Just take this out and we'll light up these wax cubes. I have the bottom vents open. I'm just going to get this charcoal right on top. I'm gonna let this charcoal ash over. We'll dump it. We'll get our dogs cooked. They're gonna be amazing. Let's get back in the house and run through the ingredients and kind of how we're gonna be cooking and assembling these today. So I'll meet you inside. All right, so running through the ingredients we need for the Chicago dogs. We have the Vienna beef, all beef franks right here. I actually got these from Costco, which is nice because they are kind of hard to find. So Costco had these. Now we have the Vienna beef sport peppers, which my local grocery store has the sport peppers, but they do not have the relish, which is kind of the trademark for a Chicago dog, because you'll see this is a nice neon green relish, and I believe they get that by just adding blue food coloring to it. I'm not sure if it's just normal relish and they add that blue food coloring to it to give it that neon look. Either way, it's kind of the trademark on a Chicago dog. Now we also have some yellow mustard, very important, no ketchup, not because we're not 5 years old, but because Chicago says not to use ketchup, and I don't really like ketchup on hot dogs anyway, so this is perfect. Of course, we have some celery salt for topping at the end. This kind of just adds a wonderful flavor and brings everything together here, so you want to make sure you have that. Then we have some nicely chopped onions and some tomatoes that are going to go on there. And of course, pickle spears. These are Grillo's pickles. These are my favorite pickles. They're so fresh tasting, so good. They're in the refrigerated section at the store. If you haven't tried these, give them a try, even just for munching on. They are fantastic. And the most important part of the Chicago dog is our bun. These are the Rosen's buns. I got these at the Costco Business Center. So I got the beef franks from Costco. These are from the Costco Business Center. I think it was like a couple bucks for this pack. These are Poppyseed buns. They're very soft, and this is exactly what you want for a Chicago dog. You gotta have the Poppyseed bun. From what I've heard, if you're not digging a few poppy seeds out of your teeth after you eat it, you did not eat a Chicago style dog. So that's everything we have. Very simple today. So once these charcoal briquettes ash over, we'll get them dumped. We'll cook off our dogs and we'll assemble this. Now for our dogs here, from what I've seen and what I've read, and if you're from Chicago, feel free to let me know in the comments, when they do char dogs, they'll take the hot dog here and they'll score in a crisscross pattern the ends, and this will kind of open up when it cooks and probably going to crisp up a little bit and add some nice texture. So we'll do that with a couple of them, and then a couple of them we'll just keep normal and cook them that way out on the grill. So we'll score a couple of these like so, just like that, and then we'll do 2 just normal. So there is our all beef dog, like so. I'm gonna get these put away. Once those coals are ashed over, we'll get these grilled off and assemble. I'm starving. I've been craving this all weekend, so this is gonna be amazing. We'll meet you outside when it's time to get these on. All right, so it has been about 10-15 minutes. You can see these top coals are just starting to ash over and turn white. This is the time when I like to dump my charcoal. I know some people let them completely ash over. I like to have a little bit of ash over, but not a ton on the top. I know these bottom ones are going. So I'm just gonna dump this charcoal right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of knock these around, but I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a safe zone over here. That way if I need to keep heating up the hot dogs, I can move them to this side. If I wanna sear them a little bit more, I can move them to this side. This is called two-zone cooking. You're gonna have a hot zone over here and a little bit cooler zone over here. I have my vents set to about 3/4 open, and that's all we're doing. So those are looking pretty good. Now at this point, I'm gonna get my grate in, and I can tell you this is not a new grate. This is the original grate that came with this cooker. My grandfather took very good care of this thing, and so it's kind of fun for me just to cook on it. Now I'm going to take the lid and put it on. And I have the vent over here. We'll get into vent and temperature control in a future video. Typically you want the vent over your meat, but it doesn't really matter for this cook because we are going hot and fast for these hot dogs. I'm gonna let this warm up for a few minutes. I'm gonna go grab the hot dogs, we'll grill them off, and then we'll build our Chicago style dogs, our char dogs. I can't wait. I'm very hungry. So we'll see you in just a couple minutes. All right, so we've had the kettle warming up for a few minutes here. And all I'm going to do is with these char dogs, these are going directly over the coals. These ones that aren't the char dogs are going on this side, just because we're not gonna sear them off. We're gonna get these ones charred up and seared. These ones we're just gonna let cook kind of normal style. I was gonna steam them, but I don't think you guys care about steaming hot dogs. It's just literally heating up water. So if you wanna go that route, go for it. Get the lid on, give it a couple minutes. Just give them a flip, get them color on all these sides, give these a flip for even cooking, and they'll be done. So we'll bring you back when it's time to flip these, probably 3 minutes. All right, let's check in on these dogs here. You can see we're starting to get some blistering already. That's what I'm talking about right there. See how these ends right here split up? That's that char dog that you're looking for. We'll give these a little flip. We'll just kind of keep letting these blister up here. If they get too warm too quick or start getting too much blistering or color, we'll move them over to our safe zone. That's the perks of having a hot zone and a cool zone for this two-zone cooking. You can move stuff over to keep warming up without getting that sear on there, if you choose. So just give those a couple more minutes. All right, it's been a few minutes. I'm gonna take these ones and move them over here so they don't keep getting blasted with this charcoal heat. In fact, I'm probably gonna move them like right over here. Give these ones another little flip and let them keep doing their thing. Look at the color we got on those. Nice blister. Those sliced ends have split back. Just a really nice looking hot dog right there. And I know this is a very simple cook and a lot of you probably know how to grill hot dogs. But for those of you who don't, maybe you just bought a house, you're exploring what kind of grill you want to get. You like the charcoal option. You can't beat a Weber Kettle. I think that everyone should have one of these in their arsenal. They're just iconic. So we're just going to keep flipping these. Let them cook until they're completely warmed up and we'll get them inside, but that's all it is. See you in a couple minutes. All right, so it has been just a few more minutes. I'm gonna call these dogs done. You can see they look really nice, especially these char dogs with these split ends. So I'm just gonna get them onto a plate and get them inside. Yeah, these are looking good. A little blistering there. Fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna get those in, and all I'm gonna do here is just close down our vents so it'll kill the oxygen to this charcoal. And this is a little bit older kettle, so we don't have the rubber stopper there, so use your tongs. And that's it. We're just gonna let this die out. Let's go assemble these dogs because I am starving. All right, so to assemble our Chicago style char dogs here, this is a steamed bun. You can acquire this by taking a pot of water, getting it warm so it's steaming, put it in a colander on top, and then just covering with foil. Put as many buns as you want in there just to steam them up and get them nice and soft. So we're gonna start off with the bun. And there's an order to this. So we're going to put on our dog here, followed by some yellow mustard. You want to go end to end with it, like so. Then we're going to come on with some of our green relish. Look at the color on that. That is iconic Chicago dog right there. Next, we'll come in with some of our fresh chopped onions. And I like onions, so I'm gonna go pretty heavy with those. Then we'll come in with our tomato wedges, and these are smaller because I had half a tomato in the fridge, but that's pretty good bun size right there. Next, we'll come in with our pickle wedge right there, followed by 2 of the sport peppers right on top. Perfect. We'll hit it with a little bit of the celery salt to just bring everything together, about like that. And that is a Chicago style char dog to the best of my knowledge. Like I said, if you know anything better, let me know in the comments below. But that looks amazing. I'm craving this. Let's do the taste test right now. All right, here we go. Chicago style char dog, drug through the garden. That's what they call it with all this stuff on there. I can't wait any longer. We gotta try it right now. Let's do this. This has got to be one of the best hot dogs known to man. It is so good. From that all beef dog, the Vienna all beef dog, to the freshness of the tomatoes, the onions, the pickles, the sport pepper, the celery salt, just bringing it together, that relish. Everything just works so, so well together. Guys, if you haven't made these before, give them a shot. I guarantee you're gonna be cooking them all summer long. I know I am. I'll have links for everything that I use down below. You can order a lot of this stuff off of Amazon if you can't find it locally. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.